So that is the storage and the workings of the van. For you that don't know me, I have been in this van 2.5 years. I had traveled all 50 states prior. I love the travel, the adventure. And the minivan just works. I love getting the 28 miles to the gallon. Everything I own is in this van. So I don't have a storage shed. I don't keep stuff at my kid's house. This is everything I own. So yes, it's crowded, but it's my home. I'm happy here. And I'm hoping by this video, maybe it'll give you guys some ideas, or, you know, oh, wow, I really like that. There's a lot of videos on my van. Next week, I will not be doing a video, since I'm doing 2 back-to-back. And going forward, it'll pretty much be all travel videos. Yay, I got an epic trip planned. It's going to be the best in my van life yet. So, in the meantime, travel, explore, stay fantastic. Stay tuned for part 2 of the van build. So I thought I'd show you guys. I talk about my basement. This is the second row seats. I pulled, my son-in-law pulled those out. I got to vacuum it. It's amazing how much stuff falls down in there. I just took my summer stuff out, which was that bag and that bag up there. And then I'm going to put some of my heavier winter. Even though it's still cold, I am ready to not see winter stuff. So in there I keep, that is just material. There's a wool blanket, which I think next year I am going to put behind that seat for some insulation. And this here is my asthma machine, which I've only used once since I've been out on the road. And my toolbox usually sits in there, but I'm going to put that up front because I needed it once and I don't want to tear my thing apart to get to it. So that's what the basement looks like. This whole bag is a bag of clothes I have never worn. Okay, and this little console fits, just slides right back in, and then that's the console between the front seats. So in there, I keep some art supplies, my asthma, albuterol, cough bandages, art supplies. It really holds quite a bit of stuff. And then behind that seat, I don't know if you can see it, is my dressier clothes that I probably never will wear again, but keep in case I don't know, I have a black tie affair or something to go to on the road. And under that seat, the passenger is really nothing, I don't think. From the front, you can get the jack, things like that. But there's not a lot of room under the seats because I've got the heated seats. And if you're wondering what the cords are, the white one is my phone charging. That's my fan, actually, I mean. The orange one I am plugged in at my daughter's house. There is more art supplies in this little thing. And actually, it's a magazine holder. But I use it for my colored pencils, color books, my drawing paper. But these things are handy. So in my first van, before I built the kitchen in the back, that I used the little soup cans, Campbell's soup, one serving, not the fat can, will fit right in there, and you can stack 3, 4, 2. So I use them to organize my soups, because I do eat a lot of canned soup in the winter. I really do pack a lot in here. That little white box sits right there, and that is the trivia cards, which I have only used once. And then this little bag's got miniature Jenga in it, which I've used several times back home with grandkids. Okay, so I'm actually going to show you the inside of my putty. So, just a black bucket. I like the 4-gallon, but they're hard to come by, so I got the 5-gallon, as long as it's in black. And then this oval wastebasket was from Dollar General. I paid like $8 for that. These are the trash bags I use. No leak, and it's wet in there because I went to the car wash, and I always pressure wash it whenever I wash the van. And that's how it's set up. And then in that little jar right back there, I keep green alfalfa-like pellets. They're for hamsters and gerbil cages. Get the green ones, not the gray, because they're paper. They don't absorb or keep the smell down. Those work. They're like $8 to $10 at PetSmart. Some people use kitty litter. I don't want the weight in my van, and then you get all that junk all over. So this just works better for me. And then I pop that in there and pop on my lid. And there's my toilet seat. And I'm good to go, literally. I just bought that wicker to set it in. Wish it was a little higher, but it's kind of decorative. So if it would have been a 4-gallon, it would have been better. But I paid $10 for it, probably wasted my money. But we'll see if I like it. My rechargeable batteries. Thought they might be in here. So I'll charge those up today. But I use that as like a junk drawer. You can see the angle of the bed there. Now you can see there's still a slant, and that's why I put the wool blanket folded to even it out even more. Okay, so I wanted to show you how this is put up. The dust ruffle is just held together with safety pins. And then these are those wedge pillows. They're not so much wedge, they're kind of flat. They've been there for 2 years, or no, a year and a half. And then, because the bed goes back at a 90-degree angle, the thin part of the wedge pillows are here, the thick one is up there. Then I took a wool blanket and put that more towards that incline. So now the bed is like this, and then that board just evens it out a little bit more, and my body don't sink into the seat at night. And then that black thing was on top of the bed. I think I'm going to put it underneath. And then of course my foam, and the other one is out there airing out. And then the crib sheet goes on, of course, the foam to make the mattress. So 2 wedge foam pillows wrapped in a crib sheet. I don't know why they're wrapped in a crib sheet. And then a pink wool blanket to even out that 90-degree angle, the board, and then the mattress, which the mattress, when I sit, slides forward. So I either need to cut it down on size, or, as many of you know, I had that black thing on top, lawn chair padding. I'm going to try to put to see if it angles it back. Let's see if it works. Okay, and there it is with the black mat, and then I'm going to put on my sheet. Blanket and pillow is on, and I do use a little pillow. It just is easier. My neck doesn't hurt. That's what I prefer. Blanket and pillow is on, and I do use a little pillow. It just is easier. My neck doesn't hurt. That's what I prefer. Right there, behind the seat belt is the built-in inverter. It's got AC or DC. Okay, so this cord wraps around the corner of the seat, and I can plug that into my refrigerator on the other end, plug this into the carport back here while I'm driving, and it'll run my refrigerator. So if I'm having a day of rain or I just haven't got much solar, I can keep my refrigerator cool while I'm driving and not use my solar. Here's one of my phone chargers for at night. And then this one here also sits right there. And if I am driving, this is plugged in for the sun right now. I unplug that, plug this one in, take the other part of the cord to this, and I plug it into that little inverter down there. And that will charge my my solar while I'm driving. So if I'm not getting sun, again, or if it's rainy, I can charge my solar and keep my refrigerator running on my inside inverter in the van when I'm driving, and you don't have to worry about solar. Okay, I was charging my light back here, but this is where my light goes. It's all charged up and ready for tonight. Okay, so I thought I'd show you this side too with the solar. So, solar panel, it's hooked here, and then I just unhook it and hook the other one. This is hooked to my solar to AC, because DC would be plugged in here, and when I drive it wiggles out, my refrigerator shuts off, and I forget to turn it back on. So the AC takes more solar, but I don't more have to worry about my refrigerator, and with summer coming, I have to throw food out. So, that being said, that is the setup for my solar. Now the propane is 20 pounds of propane, and I just lift my glass skillet lid, turn that on, and it goes directly to my buddy heater. Now, if I want to cook, I just take this black cord and pull it through and put my table here, my cook stove, and I can cook. Through the winter, I tend to use the little greenies because it's too much trouble to pull that back and forth. In the summer, when I don't need it, I will just keep the black hose curled up here, and then I can have it for my camp stove whenever I need it. These two things are the legs for my awning. So let me show you that. Many of you know there's my awning, and there's my solar panel. I'm sure you probably can't see much. And then, like I said, the black cord, or the black hose for the propane, runs under my bed to that. And then the awning legs are right here under this. And surprisingly, I have never tripped over them.